I shook my head and turned around, walking towards the shower. Oh no, this is gonna be bad, isn't it? No, not yet. I'm not ready for censoring. I put the patch. No, please tell me it's not gonna happen. Konnichiwa! Money just wasn't much. Want to be Tomboys need love too. Alright, hopefully y'all enjoyed the first episode by this point. I am in love with this game personally. It is awesome. And Chris is just awesome. Reminds me kind of like me. I like the pick and such. But yeah, anyway. Let's continue, you know? Let's continue. When school finally came to an end, Chris and I quickly left the building and headed on our way. The day had been long and hard. I spent so much time at home doing nothing. Being at school all day was a real chore. It's nice because I actually got a drink this time. Oh shit. But now that school was out for the day, we were free at last. We could spend the rest of the day however we wanted, and in my mind, that's meant doing anything other than homework. I can't believe I made it. Forget being an honor student, my grades can go down the toilet for all I care. Whoa, is that the first day back and you already returned to your usual self? Not that I'm complaining, but I'd be troubled if you went to a good college and I didn't. Forget college. I think you had the right idea earlier about figuring out what kind of job I want when I leave school. Yo, actually taking my advice? When you're right, you're right. Academics aren't for me, so the responsible thing to do would be to find a good job that doesn't require a lot of brains, right? Absolutely. I could have said it better myself. So, what are you going to do first? Browse some job sites and see what pops up? Look at the employment statistics and see what kind of jobs are in demand? Right, even if I'm not going to an academic job, there's still homework to be done. Why does life have to be so hard? Life is easy if you're just ain't trying hard enough. Is that right? Sorry if my voices are really similar. I can't do voices very well, and I'm trying my best. Maybe they'll improve. I don't know. Alright then, how would you proceed? Exactly as I suggested. I'd see what jobs are in demand and browse job listings in those kind of fields. Though, it helps if you already have something in mind. Even a vague idea would be good. Like working on video games? Are you going to take this seriously or not? I am being serious. What's wrong with wanting to work on games? Nothing is wrong with that. I just don't see it happening. The whole reason we're having this discussion is because you can't be bothered studying or concentrating on something, right? Why do you think making video games would be any different? It's a good point. Well, because I like video games and I can play them all the time. But, do you know how to write code? Or make music? Or draw with specialized software? Could you see yourself drawing out player maps? How about making animations? Or writing character dialogue? I'm sorry to trample over your idea, Kai, but making games isn't as simple as straightforward as you seem to think. Simple games can be made without too much difficulty, but the kinds of games you play, they take years to make, cost millions of dollars to produce. Just liking video games isn't enough. You need serious drive if you want to do something like that for a living. I see. I stared at Chris in shock. For a moment she surprised me with the depth of her knowledge and the serious tone of her voice. Chris, when did you become such an expert on the subject? Did you look into making games for a living too? You got me there. I had the same thought as you, but when I went online to do some research, my hopes were thoroughly crushed. I guess it'll be something physical for me too. Yeah, I see you in the coal mines. On that depressing note, Chris and I reached our houses. Bidding Chris goodbye, I walked in through the front door of my house. The moment I did, my mother came out of the kitchen to greet me. Hey, Mom. Good afternoon, you two. have fun at school? What kind of joke is that? You know that I... Wait a minute. Why did you mean you too? Okay, don't be silly. Yeah, Kai, listen to your mother. I turned around and Chris standing right behind me. Oh my goodness. That's whatever she wants then. Chris? What are you doing here? You live next door, remember? How silly, silly, silly boy. Indeed, what a silly child. Stop calling me that! If you're going to insult me, at least add a little bit of variety. Oh my, Kai got angry. He did. Grr, too? What the hell is going on? What the fuck? Oh man, sorry, I'm sick. Grr, too. You know what? I don't care. I'll go into my room. Oh, honey, don't be like that. Yeah, Kai, we're just teasing. Fine, can I at least get a sensible answer then? Why are you both acting as Chris lives here? A little bit of patience is okay, isn't it? I'm sure you'll be living together soon enough. Oh, mother, you are the worst. More jokes, huh? I figured as much. I'll be down when dinner's ready later. Wait a minute, Kai. You haven't seriously forgotten, have you? I've told you several times now. Chris will be staying with us for the week. You will? Yep, my parents are overseas for work, so I'm staying here until they return. Oh, right. So that's why you were here this morning. That's right. I'll be imposing on you for the week, so take good care of me. Chris lowered her head for the moment, though she formally requesting something of me. Sure. Likewise. Wait a second. Why are you staying here exactly? You're an adult now. Can't you stay at your house by yourself? You don't want me here? No, if you don't want me here staying here, then speak up, Kai. I'm not saying that. Of course I want you here. I was just wondering why you came here instead of staying at home alone. Kai, show some consideration for our guests. Did you really send a young girl into the cold all on her own, become the victim of harsh, unforgiving city? I don't even know where to begin with correcting you. Forget it, I don't care anymore. Knowing the fact that Chris completely dodged my question, gave up and turned away. I then headed upstairs to my bedroom, leaving Chris and my mother to chat amongst themselves. After putting my backpack down and flopping down on my bed, I gazed up to the ceiling for a moment and immersed myself in thought. Chris is going to be staying here this week, huh? It's true that we have a spare bedroom and our families have known each other for a long time. Even so, are Chris's parents really okay with sleeping in the same room as a teenage boy? Closed my eyes and rolled onto the side as the thought entered my mind. What am I worried about? It's just Chris we're talking about here. What a rude guy. Girls have feelings, dude. And she fucking likes you, obviously. We're best friends. Our relationship isn't like that. Even if it was, I would never make a move on her if she didn't want me to. Her parents must surely know that. What the hell is wrong with me? Chris was just one of the guys. Hell, she's more masculine than I am. So why am I thinking about her like this? Thought back to earlier in the day when Chris hugged my arm. It was only a moment, but I did feel Chris' chest pressed up against me. Even though the memory of that brief moment was vivid in my mind. How pathetic. She did was hug me, and suddenly I'm thinking about Chris like she's Sophie. My eyes shot open as Sophie come to mind. I didn't realize it at the same time, but I barely even looked at Sophie today. After not seeing her smiling face for so long, passed up the opportunity to sneak glances at her all day. I didn't even try to talk to her after our initial interaction, and I forgot all about her touching my shoulder. From the moment I woke up to this morning, the person who's been not only on my mind, also right beside me, was Chris. This isn't good. I may be starting to see Chris as more than just a friend. Were my feelings for Sophie really that shallow? And what would Chris think if I told her about all this? Would she laugh at me, be creeped out, start avoiding me, or maybe she'd just act normal and forget it ever happened? What the fuck? She could like you too? Where the fuck's that option, bitch? Oh my god, this game. I get too immersed in this shit. I'm sorry. I've actually loved dating since forever. Kado Shoujo, a bunch of games. A bunch of games. Chris and my mother joke around about it all the time. She'd probably think I was just teasing her, but if I told Chris in all seriousness, how would she react? I got off the bed and opened my clothes drawer. From there I grabbed a change of clothes and stared at them absent-minded for a moment without moving. Whatever the case, I absolutely cannot let Chris find out. Not as long as she's staying under this roof. If I told her now how I felt while we're living in the same house, no matter how she took it, the news, things would get complicated. Possibly. I shook my head and turned around, walking towards the shower. Oh no, this is gonna be bad, isn't it? No, not yet. I'm not ready for censoring. I put the patch. No, please tell me it's not gonna happen. Forget it. I'm probably just overthinking this whole thing and mistaking friendship for love anyways. There's no way I could really fall for my best friend. What the fuck? Oh my god. Clean and freshly changed. Oh, thank god. Thank god. I was really worried about that. Clean and freshly changed. I returned downstairs after taking a shower. Chris and my mother were both still hanging around the kitchen when I entered, chatting amongst themselves. As I appeared, they cut their conversation short, looked over at me, at which point Chris immediately began to smirk. Oh, it was Kai. Looks like when he's just gotten out of the shower. His skin is all pink and puffy. Like her. It's fucking funny. Admire the sight while you can. It's not something you get to see very often. Hey, what is that supposed to mean? I bathe every day. Splashing water under your armpits is really bathing. Oh, even the mom's roasting him. It's fucking amazing. These two are like, Chris and his mom are fucking amazing, dude. So, ouch. I'm gonna use my keyboard now. Sorry if you hear a lot of noise when I click on it. Ugh, I knew you were slack, but that's just... Don't take her word for it. Honestly, you two, every chance you get, you antagonize me. Of course, teasing one's child is the greatest pleasure of being a parent. It's a show of affection. Yeah, right. Anyway, the shower's free now for whoever wants it next. Are you going to bathe here, Chris? I didn't see you bring any clothes with you, so I figured you were going home to bathe. I'm not sure. Your mother said I could borrow some of your clothes, so that I'd shower here and just wear those. Show my mother a bemused glare. First she invited Chris to stay here without consulting. She gave her my breakfast. Now she's lending Chris my clothes. Do I even get to say in any of this? Why not? You're about the same size anyway. To save yourself a trip home. Start with you, isn't it, Kai? My mother responded with an innocent smile and passed responsibility for the decision to me. Yeah, sure, Chris. Can borrow my clothes. You don't mind? I only live next door. I can quickly go over and grab something to get changed into. No, it's fine. Really? You're okay with it? You won't get some kind of perverse thrill from seeing a girl wearing your clothes, will you? Not if she's as masculine as you. Ouch. Oof, how harsh. Even if you're joking, there was some things you shouldn't say to a girl, you know. While wearing a hurt look on her face, Chris walked past me and headed towards the bathroom. But whatever, say what you want. It'll all come back around to bite you in the end. By the time this week is over, there's no way you'll be able to think of me as a guy anymore. Then behind those foreboding words, Chris started upstairs and entered the bathroom. Little did she know that I was watching her skirt, so behind her, Chris was already well on her way to becoming a woman in my eyes. Wow. Wow. Hentai. Sorry. So my first night out of the same room as Chris come to an end. I woke up with my head groggy. I went to ascertain, I think, whether yesterday had really happened or not. From the start to finish, yesterday seemed beyond reason. I thought while bathing last night, and since then my mind hadn't changed. Waking up to find my best friend eating my breakfast was already a strange start to the morning, but I found myself thinking of her as potentially being more than a friend and eating together with her in my clothes. This day must have been a dream. Just how pent up am I? And I'm even chasing after Chris. Rude! This is just too pathetic. Even I don't have guts to test Sophie out. That's no reason for me to lust after my best friend. I need to clear my head. At the rate things are going, I'm going to do something that will make Chris hate me forever. I walked downstairs and entered the kitchen. Before going to the morning shower, I figured I would grab something to eat, so I looked around hoping to find Mother cooking. But as I entered the kitchen, the presence I discovered was not of that of my mother. Oh, Kai, good morning. You're up early. Oh, fuck. You're up early. My neck stiffened as I heard a voice that shouldn't be. I gazed upon the back of the young woman in front of me, suddenly drawing a blank as I tried to figure out who she was and what she was doing here. 3 seconds of silence after my mind began working, and I realized the figure in front of me, and my eyes opened even wider. It's good to see that you can get up on your own every now and then, but I must admit, I'm kind of disappointed. I wanted to wake you up myself to see how you'd react. It's not every day that I get a chance like this, you know. Chris spoke with her back facing me. She concentrated on making breakfast while engaging in one-sided banter, making my presence in the room seem completely inconsequential. Fuck, I don't know the words very well. Oh well, knowing you won't wake up this early every day this week. Show me good reaction when my face is the first thing you see upon your eyes, okay? Rain saw as Chris continued to speak, honestly stunned and unsure of how to react. Wearing my clothes, cooking my breakfast, talking about me being the first thing I would see upon waking up. It's almost like we're a young, newlywed couple. I had to be dreaming. Damn, I only just resolved myself to stop thinking about Chris like that. I need to wake myself up and get it together. I shook my head and turned back around. I guess I'll be showering first today after all. Giving myself a chance to wake up properly, I indulged in a hot shower and changed into my school uniform. By the time I returned downstairs, my mother and Chris were at the table already eating breakfast. Chris was not wearing my clothes, nor was she cooking. She was dressed in her own school uniform, sitting down at the table as she should be. Good morning, sweetie. Morning, Mom. Yo, Kai, breakfast is ready. You awake yet? Yeah, I think so. You're not sure? Not completely. I thought I was awake before, but when I saw something really weird... Really weird? Like what? For a moment I hesitated to say anything more. Then that Chris and my mother jumped at the opportunity to tease me when I told them what I saw, and if I had let them know that it was Chris in my dream, I think things only would become more complicated. Even so, I could at least give them a gist of what I dreamed. I think I was dreaming about married life. Oh, the mom's face. That's amazing. Married life? Seriously? Yeah. Walked into the kitchen and just after morning, and there was this girl. She was clearly wearing my clothes, cooking me breakfast while happily chatting to me over her shoulder. What a dream. Chris. What is it? You're gonna make fun of me. Get it out with already. Get it over with. The mother smirked and closed her eyes. Meanwhile, Chris began to fidget and keep averting her eyes. That dream you saw? Did it make you happy? Look at me with upturned eyes. My embarrassed expression paired with a cute face made for a heart-pounding view. For a moment there, I was unable to answer. Happy might not be the right word for it, but I definitely felt something when I saw Chris this morning. What was it exactly? Fulfillment? Anticipation? Thinking that for just a second, Chris and I were newlyweds. Honestly, I didn't believe that what I was seeing was even real. So even if she asked whether the sight made me happy or not, I'm answering honestly. Fuck yeah. Yeah, you could say that. I actually was kind of happy. But really? Is that so? I see. That's good to hear. Yeah. There's the blushes. Rather than cheers and mockery, I soon returned. Honestly, was an awkward silence. Chris seemed both embarrassed and happy, and my mother remained uncharacteristically quiet, as though she was watching each scene on TV play out. I wouldn't doubt it, that's the case. Thankfully, a few seconds of silence appeared to be enough for Chris. Oh, right, breakfast! Guys, sit down, your food's getting cold. Oh, yeah, breakfast, right. Chris gestured for me to sit down at the table next to her. The plate was full and still warm. Looks good. Smells good, too. What are these, Mom? I smirked and looked away. How should I know? Huh? They're bacon and egg muffins with coconut flour, pancakes on the side, left maple syrup on the counter, so you can put on however much feels right. Oh, okay. Look over at Chris, who was still fidgeting restlessly, then back at the food. Treating the words and actions of both my mother and Chris, and the sight I saw earlier this morning, its obvious conclusion was forcing its way into my mind. Whether I was prepared to believe it or not, I needed to accept reality. Chris, you made this, didn't you? Without saying a word, Chris nodded meekly. That the girl I saw earlier really was. Oh, would you look at the time? Tina, hurry up and finish breakfast. Come on, Kai. Chris, eat. I won't probably give all of them the best voices because I don't know voices. I am so sorry. God, these things last forever. I've not even been past the morning of the day. It's been 20 minutes at least. Like, holy shit. Before I could finish speaking, my mother suddenly interrupted, forcing my attention to the task at hand. Chris also looked down at her food, nervously raised her fork, but not before stealing one of my sideway glances as I began to eat the delicious meal she had cooked. Armed with a full stomach and much needed clarity, I left the house with Chris as we began walking to school together. Rather than immediately engaging in senseless manner, we started out walking in silence. We both of us little red-faced after the scene at breakfast. Before long, however, I managed to regain my calm. I poked fun at Chris like any other day. So Chris, you're going to be studying at my house this week, huh? Yeah, it seems that way. That's cool. It's been a while since we had a sleepover. Is you really not bringing any clothes with you, though? No, well, your mother said I could borrow yours, so I didn't bother. Fair enough. But if you keep wearing your own school uniform, you might at least want to grab an extra. You can't wear the same clothes every day, you know? Hey, it's not like I didn't wash them. I cleaned them while I was bothering your clothes, so there's no problem. Ah, I see. But if you're going to go to that much effort, why did you not just visit your house and grab another set? It's gotta be quicker and easier than washing your uniform every night. Yes, you're right about that. Even so, it's about more than just wearing clean clothes. It is? Yeah, like learning life skills, you know? I don't follow. Of course you don't. Kai, have you ever washed your own clothes before? Nope, not even once. Why do you sound proud of that fact? Anyway, before I stayed over it yesterday, the same could be said for me. I've never once cleaned my own clothes or cooked for another person before. That's why I'm using this week to level up my housewife skills and learn how to become independent. Level up! Is that right? I think some people might be offended by calling those housewife skills, but otherwise, you make a valid point. I know, right? My plan is perfect. While my parents are away, I'll sculpt myself into a fine young woman and prepare her for the real world. That way, when the time comes for me to move out and get a job, I'll be one step ahead. 1 week probably isn't enough to prep time for something like that, you know? Still, it's an admirable goal, and I can't fault you for wanting to better yourself. Just don't expect me to follow in your footsteps, right? I plan to be a slacker who relies on others for as long as I can. At least he's honest. Once again, why do you sound so proud of yourself while saying stuff like that? You realize how badly you're failing at life, you should be trying to better yourself, not just resigning yourself to being useless. I know that, but nothing. You're going to become a dependable man, whether you want to or not. I'll make sure of it. After all, every great man is a great woman, right? Chris grinned happily as I sighed. She both teased and guided me. Her fluster and nervousness from earlier were gone without a trace. She was back to her usual self, and all it took was a bit good-natured teasing. At that moment, I realized that I definitely preferred Chris when she was like this. As nice as it was to see another side of Chris this morning, it was the Chris I'd been friends with all these years. Haha, you might be right about that. Oh, come to think of it, it's actually a good excuse. I've never had a girlfriend before, so it can't be helped if I'm a slacker, right? No, it doesn't work that way. Sure it does. I imagine how great a man I'll become when I start dating Sophie. Okay, now you're flat out trying to bastardize that saying. Fictitious relationships are clearly exempt. Ouch, you really don't think I have a shot with her? I think that if you can't even speak to her properly, you're never going to get anywhere. You should just give up and send the positive thoughts my way instead. You want me to think about you in that way? The way I think about Sophie? Yeah, treat me like you treat Sophie. By avoiding eye contact or I trying to talk to you? Oh. Right, come to think of it, that would be a step down. Still, I'm surprised you realize that much yourself. Oh, believe me, I've spent many nights laying awake thinking about the stupid mistakes I've made. Like developing a crush on Sophie? That's too cruel. How was that a mistake? You're from two different worlds. Your personalities don't match at all. You don't share any of the same hobbies, you don't have any common friends, and you've never even once held an actual conversation. Your entire relationship is based on you glaring at her from across the classroom, undressing her with your eyes. Clearly nothing good will come of this. I don't undress her with my eyes. But I'm right about the rest, aren't I? And even you do manage to close the distance between the two of you a little. There's still the matter of time. Are you confident that you can go from barely knowing someone to all the way to dating them in a few months we have left at this school? There's no way you'll get into the same college as her, so it's now or never, Kai. Cast my gaze downward at Chris as Chris made her point. Somebody like me, who had never ever been on a date before, to win the heart of a girl with whom I had nothing in common, time was an important factor. Given enough time, we could gradually develop a friendship, find common ground, and grow closer in a natural fashion. Friendship might eventually evolve into something more, and like so, we would begin dating. At this point, that was impossible. The gap between you is too big. Thinking any differently is a mistake, and it will only hurt you. Yeah, maybe you're right. I don't quite like the attitude Chris is giving here, but sometimes it's not wrong. It's probably a bit late to begin courting anyone from school, let alone someone I barely know. Now, I wouldn't go that far, Kai. The problem is how well you know them, that even you aren't without options, you know. You think so? But I don't really know any girls that well who would even... Tommy? Ouch, what was that for? Figure it out on your own. Deserved it, fucking asshole. Leaving me bruised shoulder, who stormed off ahead, once again entering the school gates ahead of me. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and end this episode here. Because, man, these are long episodes. I'm so sorry about that, you know. Hopefully y'all enjoyed, you know. I'm having a blast with this one, so if y'all want more, let me know. I'm gonna keep probably doing more because I'm actually enjoying this. And it'll give me some editing time to learn how to, like, censor things better or whatnot, because I gotta try new things. But yeah, hopefully y'all enjoyed, you know. Make sure to comment and subscribe. If you liked the video, like the video. If you disliked the video, dislike the video. And as always, stay awesome, Mars. Shiny!